What's up everybody? So today is server fan update day. Basically, when I built my home server, I totally cheaped out on the fans that are in there, and a year and a half later, you know what? It was great at first, and I think it was just more the novelty. I was like, yeah, I built this server. Yeah, it kind of sounds loud, but you know, it's beefy, it's all I need. It gives me everything, you know, the storage, the Plex media server and stuff. But I totally used the fans that came with it. And I never, ever thought I would spend $30 on a fan. There's 30 Canadian dollars. I guess these are about $16 US if you're picking them up across the border there. But these are the Redux series Noctua, and I've got a couple of them, actually 3 that we're going to be replacing. So we're going to be replacing an 80 mil. This will be an exhaust, and we'll be doing 2 120 mils. I have stacks of hard drives and a couple SSDs. I'm gonna actually put another SSD into the machine here, and that's so I want the 120s blowing down on there, creating some airflow, and then this guy will just help exhaust some of that hot airflow. We'll take a look at the server and what I built, and should you buy these or not. Now, Noctua did not send me these. I paid for them with my own money. This one here is the NFR8 Redux series. And these are the NFP12s. P12. So this is the new fan frame design that they've got going on. And then for $10 extra, which should be included Noctua, I picked up these anti-vibration mounts. Let's first take a listen and see what we're trying to fix here, just so you guys can get a good example of why I would even go through this. This server is really heavy and hard to move. It's not the nicest looking server, so, you know, bear with me. So this here is my Oblivion server. On top here we have 2 generic case fans that came with them. They are 120 mil case fans, and they're at 50% right now. And when these babies crank up to 100%, they are really, really loud. At the bottom of the server, there is one 80 mil. It's a bearing fan, and it's pretty loud as well. And then there's CPU cooler, which actually has a quiet fan. You can't hear the thing even if you crank it up all the way. And then there's 2 fans kind of placed in there, which you'll have a good chuckle at. I thought would be good for cooling. Never really did help. Actually, if you turn them up, you see a heat increase, and I think that's just because it's swirling the heat around. You don't really appreciate the silence until you shut the thing off. So I did say this is a little janky, and I wasn't kidding. And actually, I didn't realize that I had 2 exhaust fans here, which kind of sucks because I'm going to have to pull this out and order another fan to replace this one here. Now I believe this guy here is doing absolutely nothing and or making a bunch of rattling noises, so it's going to get cut out. I don't know why I have a Cooler Master fan sitting here. I don't think this is a really high RPM fan, and I'm just going to actually leave it in place. The cheapo, not really cheapo cooler. You can see the hard drives, so there is an SSD that's just kind of flopping around in here, which I actually 3D printed a bracket for. This drive isn't even connected, so this will be coming out because it's just really heavy. There is a 4 terabyte drive in here that is dead. That will also be coming out. And yeah, everything else looks to be pretty golden. So we're going to swap out the 2 120 mil fans here. We're going to swap out one of these 80 mils. I'm going to have to order another 80 mil fan, which sucks because that means I have to do this all over again. But yeah. Oh, you can. These fans are terrible. But that is the Oblivion server. So I'm just going to swap these fans out quick. I won't make you wait. So check this out. Almost dead quiet. This Cool Master fan seems to be doing okay, but this guy here So it looks like my rear fans were basically the cause of most of the noise. So I was going to leave this one in, order another one of these, and then replace it, but I'm actually going to pull it out for the time being because it is just way too noisy. And then I'll just crank this guy up for the time being. But wow, what a huge difference. Like, it's not quiet, but I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 120 millimeter fans, GPU, and 2 80s, and one is really noisy. Plus the EVGA has a 120 mil fan in it too. Very impressive. Alright, so we've removed all of the bad fans. These two fans were toast. They were making just a terrible noise. These Corsair fans were not too bad. And then there's just another Corsair fan. But wow. So I will be scrambling to purchase another one of these guys and putting it here. I'll clean that dust up before I reinstall the server, and then you won't be able to see them on this side, but you'll just be able to see them here. The two other Noctua 120 mil fans are now installed, and then the new SSDs are there. That's 3D printed bracket that I made for them. I am going to leave this cool master fan in there because it is extremely quiet. I can't hear it. So I call that a major success. We're going to bolt this all back up and we'll see how loud it is now versus before. It's still there, but what a difference. Definitely these fans here, you see that there, these were the culprits of most of the noise that you were kind of hearing when I would power the system down to maybe do like a restart or something like that. And if it had cooled a little bit and then powered back up, like after a power failure or something. I do have a backup UPS on this server, but it'll only run for about 5 minutes and I have it shut down because I also have a light on that UPS so that I keep some light down here in this room while the power's out. Anyways, these guys definitely. Now, interesting enough, don't mind these. These are just some generic Corsair fans that were actually up at the top here. Overall Corsair, not bad. Now I said that they looked crooked or that they looked off center, and I'm pretty sure that was just the sticker. So these are okay for, you know, most uses. I think I'll keep these guys around. And then I just had a more generic Corsair fan. I actually believe the fan blade design, yeah, the exact same here. So aside from a bunch of dust, I pulled out a couple extra hard drives. Noctua, your fans are really expensive. And I can still hear them even at 50%, but wow. Was it worth the money? Oh. You could probably get away with pulling out your most noisy fans in your system and be pretty happy. For me, recording video content here in my house, which I don't like to do, I'd rather film like out in locations for other people and stuff like that. So I'm not really big on filming at home, but even when I do, it will be a lot less audio processing just because I'm shooting off of a road on top of my DSLR here, my Canon. I shoot with a Rebel SL3. Yeah, it definitely made a huge difference. I will be picking up another 80 mil and maybe taking a look at the other two because I did have one more Cool Master 120 in there. Maybe I will just purchase 2 more 120 mil Noctua fans, replace the CPU fan, replace the cool master fan that I kind of had on an angle there. And then the last thing will be GPU. I would love to just go water cooling. I have enough to fit an 80 mil rad in the one side next to the hard drive base, so I could, with some custom tubing, I'd have to do a custom water loop for it, but I could probably squeeze a GPU block and a pump and a water cooling and the rad there. I think I'm going to do that for the GPU, but I'm trying to get a hold of a 3080 or possibly even a 3090, although I think a 3080 is going to be the only thing that fits because these cards are so chonky now. And I'll actually have to take out a cross frame. I may just cut out an edge and weld kind of around so that I still keep that cross frame, but it'll fit a 3080 in there or a 3090. I guess it depends on what I can purchase at the time. I'm not going to be paying some scalper on eBay for it. So that's it, guys. Would I recommend the Noctua Redux series? Yeah, actually, they seem to be pretty good quality. Very expensive. Noctua, try to make them a little less packagey. I would have been happy with a bag as long as it made it here. Beyond that, yeah, you guys do make really great quality fans, and it is significantly quiet. More quiet. This will be great for like Zoom meetings and stuff, since I do quite a few of those nowadays. I think we all do. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel for some more amateur content. I'll put out a bunch more videos this year, just with me and these kind of random. I'm just gonna do something, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm not really gonna follow a pathway on that, but I do a lot of really cool things, 3D printing and stuff like that, so I think that'd be pretty interesting if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff. Take care. We'll see you again next time. Cheers.